Welcome back, guys. It's your boy Timmy, and like I said last week's video, I talked about three teams who I thought were disappointing. Now I'm going to talk about three teams who have been off the chart sensational this year. And the first team I'm going to be talking about in today's video is the Boston Celtics. Now, at the time of me dropping this video, they did just blow a 22-point lead to Cleveland. In Cleveland, that was pretty bad. But the game before, they beat the Golden State Warriors by 52 points. Boston has been on fire from the start of the season till where we are today. If you look at the standings, they comfortably have the first seed, and they're probably 9 times out of 10 they're going to finish as the number 1 seed. They're probably going to get close to 60 to 65 wins this season. They're one of the only two teams. They're one of the only few teams to be a top 2, top 3 team offensively and defensively. They have a top 3 defensive rating and a top 3 offensive rating. They can defend at a very high level. They can score at a very high level. Derek White is having a damn near all-star caliber year. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum looking like a top 2, top 3 duo in the game. And then you have Kristaps Porzingis when he's in the lineup, when he's healthy, a top 3, top 5 shot blocker. Jrue Holiday, one of the top defenders in the league. And then you have shooting and snipers off the bench: Peyton Pritchard, Sam Hauser, Luke Cornett, and you got Al Horford. He could be a little spark plug off the bench too. So Joe Mazzulla has done a fantastic job with this unit. And if they can stay healthy, that's the thing. If they can stay healthy and just be consistent, they're coming out of the East. I had the Bucks coming out of the East originally before the season started, but I have Boston's coming out the East. I don't see any team beating them 4 times. The only team that can cause Boston havoc, in my opinion, when healthy, is Miami. But I don't know. Boston lost to Miami too many times already. Last year in the playoffs, 4 years ago in the bubble. They did beat them 2 years ago, but just barely. So I think they're tired of struggling against Miami. So I think this is Boston's time to show everybody that they're legit. This is their championship to lose, because every year for the past 5, 6, 7 years, they've always been that team that's always close but can never finish, can never get the job done. It's always been them. They always get to the conference finals and just lose. It was like a deep playoff run just to lose. They have to win. Tatum and Brown have been together for too long for them to not get at least one championship together. This is their year. They've been on fire. From 3-point shooting to defending to attacking the basket to playmaking. They've been a great team all around. And if they can't get it done, there's going to be some serious issues in the offseason that they have to address, because they just paid Jaylen Brown last year. He has the richest contract. Jaylen Brown got the richest contract last year. And now you have Jason Tatum. He's going to be eligible for, I think, an even richer contract this offseason. So they have to win this championship. It's their finals to lose. The next team I'm going to be talking about is the Denver Nuggets. Last year, they were disrespected by the media and even by myself to a degree, because they were the number 1 seed all year, but nobody really had them win the whole title. And they had one of the most impressive title runs in NBA history, in recent NBA history, to be exact. And this year's looking like they're picking up where they left off. They might go back to back. They have the best player in the NBA, Nikola Jokic, playing at an extremely high level once again. Jamal Murray's playing like a top 5 point guard. And their defense has been underrated. I know, because they have so much offensive firepower with Jokic, Jamal, MPJ spacing the floor, KCP spacing the floor, Eric Gordon catching a lot of space in the floor. But when it's time to lock down and key in defensively, down the stretch in games, they do that at a very high level. Whether it's Aaron Gordon taking a challenge and guarding the opposing team's best player, whether it's Jamal Murray getting a clutch strip or KCP getting a clutch deflection. All of the above, they do that at an extremely high level. And I thought with the loss of Bruce Brown, I thought that their defense was going to take a hit, and I thought that they'd be a little bit worse. even losing Jeff Green too. But no, they've been consistently the best team, one of the best teams, if not the best team in the West, arguably. They might make it out the West once again. You might get a Nuggets Celtics NBA Finals this year. And if the Nuggets win it again, like, I'm gonna learn not to bet against them and bet against them, Jokic and Murray. Mike Malone's doing a hell of a job coaching this team. They being, I know they just lost to Phoenix the other night at home, but they're gonna have a chance again tonight to play against the Boston Celtics at home. So we're gonna see what that really tells us. Like, that game tonight is really gonna tell us what we need to know. Boston did play them earlier in TD Garden, and that was I think that was Boston's first home loss too. I think the Nuggets gave them their first home loss. So the Nuggets did go in there and beat them. So we're gonna see what happens with tonight's game. What's gonna happen with these two teams, and yeah, like, I can't wait for tonight's game. And if Denver wins this game by a blowout, then they're the best team in basketball. But if it's like, if Boston wins and it's nip and tuck, I still gotta like see a 7-game series, because Denver has some flaws too. Like, we saw it like against Phoenix. Jokic had, I think, like 5 assists or 4 assists, but he had like 7 or 8 turnovers. So he crumbled. But I feel like their strengths make up for their flaws, and they're too experienced now, just like Boston, to not make these mistakes no more. So it's looking like this is their Western Conference. It's looking like they're gonna come out the West, and I've been extremely impressed with them throughout the whole year. And the final team I'm going to be talking about in today's video is the Oklahoma City Thunder. This guy right here that just scored this and 1 bucket, you see him in just a couple of seconds. Right here, SGA, it starts with him and ends with him. Number 2 is legit for real. He is such a dog. He's a closer. He can score from anywhere on the court, from the mid-range, from the in the lane, the three-pointer. He's a 3-level scorer for real. And he plays defense too. He leads the league in steals, so he plays defense at a high level too. And I've just been so impressed with him and the rest of the team, from Chet Holmgren being runner-up Rookie of the Year candidate, an elite shot blocker, can stretch the floor. He's gonna get better every by the years. You got Josh Giddey, a double-double guy who can slash, play make. He can stretch the floor at times. His three ball's not the greatest, but he can knock it down if you leave him open. And you got guys like Lou Dort, such a dog on the defensive end. In this video, like in this game that they beat the Suns, he made KD's life a living hell in this game. And then you have the Williams boys, they're versatile wings who can stretch the floor. Like, they just have a great team all around. And they even made a win now move in getting Gordon Hayward. I know he's not the Gordon Hayward that we saw in Utah, but he's a guy that can come in off the bench, be a 6-man, can lead the troops. He's a veteran guy. He's been in some playoff games. You even have Bismack Biyombo. He's a veteran guy, a veteran big who's been in some playoff games, a big body. So they're making some solid win now moves. See, look at that. Lou Dort just made KD's life a living hell on that play. He played phenomenal defense. The Thunder, they're a great team defensively, a great team offensively. They have everything that you want in a championship team. They're just young. I do believe that their ceiling is probably Western Conference Finals, but I do believe that maybe not this year, but in the next 2 to 4 years, they'll definitely make an NBA Finals run or probably win it all. So they're just that good. Sam Presti has done an amazing job being the GM for this franchise. He's been the GM since the Russ, KD, and Harden days. And that was, what, over 10 years ago? We're going back 12, 13 years ago. This is insane. And I've just been super impressed with the Thunder. They've consistently been a top 3 team in the West. And we'll see what happens with them along the way for the rest of the season and in the playoffs. And that's it for today's video, guys. I will be dropping more NBA content, so be on the lookout for that. Some more NFL content. You know, free agencies are next week, right around the corner, and then the draft is right around the corner, so I will be giving you guys my insight on that. And baseball's about to start, and then hockey's coming to an end too, at least the regular season, so I will be dropping some more content on that. And yeah, it's your boy Timmy, and I'm out.